Oh, I want to know about if you had a Saturn return. Did I ask you about that?
What?
A Saturn return?
No, I don't know what that
Yeah.
Is that
Are you going
Joe
through yours
knows.
right now?
No, I'm 32. So.
Okay.
Wait, what's
But did you a
is that-
Saturn return is like end of your 20s.
Oh my God. I thought you were going to return a car, the Saturn, because of a defect. That's where I went. So I thought, well, if you're not happy with the Saturn,
Yeah.
Do you think Joe couldn't return her Saturn because she's 32?
Joe couldn't return her
well, that's
Saturn.
a policy that they have.
That car company's been defunct for 15 years at least.
Yeah.
I don't even know what
Hey,
it
I only know
is.
because Dick Van Dyke drove a Saturn. Dick Van drove a black and white
my
Saturn.
God.
No,
I want to know about this.
Yeah, like
okay, so
when
you're into
twen-
astrology.
I am.
Okay. Tell me what Saturn return means.
Okay, I have so many I'm going to maybe need to pull up your chart or like dive in. Because do you know what sign you are?
I'm an Aries.
An Aries.
Yeah. What does that
So
mean to you if I say Aries?
An Aries, you're a Virgo with a backbone.
Okay, I don't understand.
Okay, totally.
But you're a
Virgo-
Libra that's kind of a pussy.
do you know? Do you know your rising and your moon?
No, I don't.
Okay, we'll find it later.
But
But basically, an Aries is like fire.
right.
Don't mess with you, but you have like an order to you. Like you could have a temper isn't what I would say, but it's like fiery and it's like, don't mess with me, don't mess with the people I
I would
love.
say I have. I can be intense.
You can be intense. You can. I think because you're particular about how you like your comedy to be.
Yeah.
And I think if people hinder that or overwork you
Well,
in a
it's so
certain
funny.
way,
There's so
it's
many
frustrating.
things that I don't care about, and then if it comes to comedy,
Yeah.
something where I'm supposed to be funny, if someone's getting in the way, I become like an insane Viking
Yeah.
Yes.
with
yeah.
a broadsword.
Yes, you have your hills that you'll die
Yeah.
on. You're like, this is what I care about.
Are
Yeah.
they very passive aggressive?
Aries?
Yeah. Or are they just aggressive?
I think that's the Catholic.
Okay.
I think that's not astrology. I think that's something else.
So tell me-
Because we're all, but we're made up of all.
But let's get to this thing because
Okay,
you talk
yes.
about it in the show,
Yes.
and it's really fascinating because I've had this experience of, well, I know exactly when it happened, but it's happened a bunch of times.
yeah.
When I'm in New York, we do sometimes tape podcasts in New
Yeah.
York when I'm there, and we do them at Sirius XM, which is in Midtown, right across from Rockefeller Center, my
Yeah.
old stomping ground. And I'll go into the lobby, and there have been a couple of times where, there was one time in particular where there were a bunch of young women who I think were waiting to gather to go to
Yes.
lunch. And they saw me and they came over, they said, can we get a selfie? And I said, sure. And I just started chatting with them
Yeah.
about how's it going, what's up? And gave them a little bit of advice, probably like the advice I gave you, because I'm constantly lecturing young people. But at one point, some of the women started talking about, oh my God, I'm so old. And I said, how old are you? And they're like, we're 28. And I wasn't eating anything, but I started choking on imaginary food.
Yeah.
I was doing a spit take with no water. I was like, you're 28 and you're talking about how old you are? And I forgot. That just sounds insane to me right
Yeah.
now. But I do remember getting out of college, moving out to LA, turning 23, then turning 24 and
Yeah.
thinking, oh my
Oh, God, it's over.
over for me.
It's so over.
And so
Totally.
I basically yelled at these people
Yeah.
and said, you have no idea how young you are. But I know that, your character has her 28th birthday and it's kind of traumatic. And I think, what?
What is the
Yes.
Saturn returns?
It's like 3 years, but there's like a period in it. It's different. It happens sometime between 27 and 30. And it's basically like your reckoning of like, I feel like it shakes up your life, which is why I'm interested to hear like if you can remember something from the end of your 20s.
You bet I can.
Yeah.
You bet I
Okay,
can.
I'm guessing it's your Saturn return because it shakes everything up, and then like
Wow.
you go through a breakup or you lose a job or you blah blah blah, whatever, something chaotic. And by the way,
I've got a huge one.
can't freaking wait. But it's like you feel like
She said that in a way like, please don't ever tell me.
No,
Yeah.
I
Can't
love.
fucking wait. Shut up. Go ahead. That's okay.
No,
It's okay.
no. I was just saying it's like it happens to everyone, but it feels like it's only happening to you, and then it lands you where you're meant to be.
Oh.
Is kind of. But tell me
Oh,
your
I had
story.
one too.
It's so simple, which is I'm 29.
Okay.
I'm a writer-producer on The Simpsons. Everything should be good, but I think no, I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
Something else is supposed
And
to
in your
happen.
gut, it feels weird.
I just was, and I remembered my agent at the time saying, well, you could get an overall deal to be at The Simpsons for 5 more years and you could make, and I was like, no,
Yeah.
I can't take that because something's supposed to happen.
Yes.
One of the crazier things in show business happens, which is David Letterman doesn't get The Tonight Show and he suddenly announces, I'm leaving, which no one thought he would do.
Yeah.
And suddenly NBC doesn't have a late night show at 12:30. They don't know what to do because this is back before the internet.
Yeah.
So today they would look at
They would
700.
go, TikTok
There'd be
account.
a million
Yeah.
people who were viable and there'd be 900 hours of everybody.
Yeah.
But they don't have that.
Yeah.
And these jobs back then, there were 2 late night talk shows. That's it.
Yeah.
Or just at that point, it was just 1 or maybe 2. And the main guy, David Letterman, has left or is leaving, announces he's leaving soon in a couple of months.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do. So NBC says, well, we got to keep the affiliates in line. Let's just get Lorne Michaels to decide. And that calms everybody down. Like, oh, good, Lorne Michaels, Saturday Night Live, he'll figure it out. Lorne goes looking. It's a long story, but cut to him just in a room saying, there was this writer who worked for us who's got something. Conan O'Brien, and they're like, what? And I do an audition. I'm so loose in the audition because I think I'll never get this.
Yeah.
And then one thing leads to another. They say, no, it's going to be Gary Shandling. It'll never be you. And then suddenly they go, it's him. And they call me. I'm in the basement of The Simpsons. And they say, you're going to take over this massive job. There's no footage of you. Everything I'd ever done was on stage.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I don't even have a headshot. And everyone freaks out. And that's what happened.
That's a pretty common Saturn return.
Yeah. I think
Most
so, too.
people's.
Yeah.
But that was how I, and that all happened, the audition, everything happened when I was 29.
Yeah.
And then I'm waiting to hear back, and I have my 30th birthday in my LA apartment on Weatherly. And then a couple of days after my 30th birthday,
You get the call.
I get the call.
Yeah.
That your life's
Saturn
changed.
return, bitch. Saturn returned.
What was your Saturn return?
Working for you. Getting my job working for you.
You were, oh, that's right. You were in your late 20s.
I was 27. Well, 26 and I turned 27.
Yeah.
And that changed my life. I mean, working for you. It's been cool. It's been okay. Yeah.
Wow. Ringing endorsement.
It really has. I mean, it's like everything changed once
What
that
about
happened.
you, Matt?
Well, mine was, I went through a really bad breakup and just took a month off work and had the same lunch every day at this bar and went home and got high and watched a James Bond movie.
You showed her.
Yeah.
That sounds real nice.
Oh, she could see me now.
But I started thinking, I'm going to read every Shakespeare play. And it was like in 2 days, it was like, I'm just going to watch every James Bond movie.
Yeah.
And that was that for about a month. And then I look back on it so nostalgically now, though. It was a hard time, but now I'm really fond of it.
No, but it shapes you.
It shaped me.
I went through a bad breakup in New York that was prior to all this, and I remembered I got a Seamus Heaney poetry book.
Oh my God.
Kept it in my back pocket, and I would lie down on park benches in Manhattan and read from a poetry book, and I thought, this is who I am now. And then 3 days later, I was like, I got to get a job. And I went out to LA and worked on The Simpsons, but I remember thinking for a minute, this is who I am now. I'm a park bench 28-year-old who reads Seamus Heaney poetry.
Lying down.
I'm a hobo.
Yeah, you are. You're like a romantic hobo.
I'm a romantic hobo, yeah.